Hey guys, it's Shadow, and I play Mark Campbell. If you like listening to our games, consider supporting us on Patreon. More patrons directly increase the quality and quantity of the games that we play. Go to patreon.com/critfail to support us. Thanks!
Anybody doing anything in the morning?
Yes. Dillon is heading off to the pet shop
Ah.
in the morning before he goes to the treehouse. Yep, after Dillon gets ready for school, he jumps on his bike, throws his backpack on as per normal. Jeeves has gotten his bag ready for school the next day. His homework's inside. Lunch is usually in the form of money that he just buys lunch from the tuck shop. And
They don't have those.
what?
Cafeteria?
Oh, they're called a cafeteria. So Dillon is riding to the pet shop.
It is green. At least green and white. It's called Boulder City Pet Supplies, and it mainly they don't really sell too many actual pets. They sort of deal more with breeders for that, but they do sell a lot of the supplies. And there's a car park, which is tarmac. And at the back, it looks like near the garbage, there does seem to be a lot of possibly not seeds that are off, but possibly seeds that are being maybe either close to being where they couldn't sell them, or maybe they just open up one of the bags and throw stuff out for the birds.
Okay.
And there's a 6-foot high hedge on the right, which goes all the way along, which is pretty, and it's like trimmed, so it separates it from the next building.
He sort of rides around, has a bit of a look, and stops out the front, leans his bike up against the wall outside the shop and walks in. I'm assuming it's open, or if it's not open.
What time are you going?
Before school, yeah.
8 o'clock in the morning.
If it's 8, they're open. If it's anything before 8, they're not. They open just at 8.
So it'll be after 8.
They are open. And it's clean and smells very farmy. It has that sort of farm smell of there's some hay and all the different seeds and cat and dog food and general supplies. Some fish.
Yep. And he opens up the door and... Is there any pets in here at all?
Only the fish.
Just fish.
There is a notice board, which is of breeders that they deal with, and there's like different ones that say, 2 border collies for sale and a price, litter of cats, and then there's a free one if there's like people trying to get rid of kittens and stuff like that. Yep. Fish they have, but they don't keep dogs or cats in the actual store.
Okay.
They might have hamsters and mice, some sort of smaller general things like that.
Look through the aisles and find where there's birdseed and pick out one of the smallest boxes of birdseed. Yep. Walk up to the counter.
And there's a middle-aged woman there. She's like, "Oh, good morning."
"Good morning, ma'am. Did you want to check my bag?" And he turns around and he's got his backpack on his back.
It's very nice.
Dillon will hand over the money and then unzip the backpack and slide the birdseed in and head off quickly to the treehouse.
And when you go outside and you get your bike, and where the hedge leads to the the footpath and that where you ride, Dillon can hear, "Oh, it's the dark one. Dark as a crow. Yeah, but half as smart."
The fuck? Dillon knows his hair is black because he's like half Asian, but where's that coming from?
The other side of the hedge.
Dillon will walk to the hedge and peer over.
And there is 3 pigeons on the ground, eating worms and digging through the dirt.
Okay, have they noticed me?
Yeah, one does, but it's just looking like a pigeon. It's just like doing its thing.
Dillon shakes his head, looks around. There's nothing else around.
I mean, there's a couple of people, couple of people walking down the road, on the footpath next to the road, and that, but they don't look nothing suspicious. It's early morning. People, the town's coming to life. People are unlocking stores, shops. A couple of cars going by. Kids are starting to head to school, but there's no one immediately around you.
Yeah, Dillon sort of shakes his head and heads back to his bike, and he's got a really confused look on his face, and picks his bike up and gets on, stops, looks over at the hedge, shakes his head again, and then heads off, starts riding to the treehouse. Looks back to where the pigeons are, shakes his head again while he's riding.
Lizzie will also head to the treehouse once she's ready. She's going to stop by her neighbor's house on the way to say hi to her, pet her cats, and then she will walk over to the treehouse.
Mark is going to get his brother ready for school, make his lunch, and he will meet up at the treehouse at the usual time.
When he gets there, he'll probably just see Lizzie climbing up the ladder.
Hey, Lizzie.
Good morning.
How did the homework go?
I did a bit more when I got home, but I'm still probably only like a quarter of the way done.
I don't know why. I felt like I should have done better, but
He will head to the treehouse after he does stuff at his house, like make his own lunch.
And you guys hear a bike racing down the track, and it skids to a halt underneath the treehouse. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Only one of you up there.
No, they're here. They're just quiet, I guess.
See a hand stick down from like the ladder with the thumbs up.
I mean, Wayne's always quiet, but Mark could have said something.
I figured you would just answer for everyone.
Okay, well, we're coming. Lizzie will start climbing down the ladder.
Wayne will follow.
As will Mark.
You're normally here earlier.
Yeah, what have you been up to?
Dillon's waiting down below on his bike. Oh, just doing a bit of shopping.
For what?
And he pulls his backpack around and unzips it, and pulls out a small box of bird seed.
Is that bird seed? What are you
Yeah.
planning to do with that?
Feed the bird? Is there anything else you can do with it?
Guess you could
You-
eat it, but
I don't think you've expressed an interest in bird watching before now.
no, there were some weird birds yesterday.
Speaking of which, you wouldn't believe it, but when I was at the shop and I walked out, someone said, what did they
Someone
say?
said, I don't know.
Oh, that's right. They said, oh, the Dark One's back, and he's so half-witted.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Someone playing Dungeons and Dragons or something?
I don't know. I mean,
Well, who was talking about it?
well, I couldn't see anyone there.
What do you mean?
Okay. All right. So he gets off his bike and he lays it down and he's like, okay, so don't freak out about this. And he's got his hands up. I couldn't see anyone nearby.
Uh-huh.
Okay. There were 3 pigeons there.
Wow. Pigeons.
It's like yesterday. Yesterday, there were people there were people talking about seeds on the ground. And then when I went to see who it was, there was just pigeons. It was really weird.
That sounds weird. And you're sure someone wasn't, like, playing a prank on you?
Dillon went and checked the alleyway and there was no one there.
It sounded like a little kid's voice.
Saying you were half-witted?
Yeah. What is that?
It means not very smart.
Well, that's not very nice.
No.
Were they wrong?
Mark, not helpful.
I suppose it's better than being no-witted or little-witted. I was going to say quarter-witted, but then I realised that he's not very good at math, so he couldn't have figured that one out.
He's practicing fractions. He's like, a quarter, that's smaller than a half.
Is a quarter smaller than a half?
Yeah, it
It would
is.
make more sense if he said 2/3 witted or something.
Oh, that's worse.
Well, quarter-witted would be more, wouldn't it? Because
No. No, but it's so if you have two, then one of it's a half, right? And if you have four, then one of it's a quarter, and then there's more left over from the four. Look,
Lizzie,
if you have a cake,
Lizzie,
never mind.
we're not in school, and you lost. He's staring at you blankly while you were saying that. Just like, what?
Okay, but there were pigeons again, and that's weird.
I know, right? But this time there was 3. I wonder, are they starting to build a gang?
Are you guys okay? Do I need to call someone?
Like who?
I don't know. A doctor?
And what are you gonna say? My friend said there's weird pigeons.
Yeah.
Well, first it was Lizzie, and then I heard something. Okay, you go over to the pet shop and you see.
We don't have time before school, but we can go after.
Yeah. Okay. Are you sure it wasn't a parrot? You were at the pet shop.
They don't have parrots there. Have you ever even been in? They don't really, it's not that exciting. They just sell like pet food and stuff.
They got fish. I don't think the
that's
fish
true.
big like
But
that,
I was
though.
hoping they'd have cats or dogs or something when I went in to look, and they didn't have anything except fish.
Yeah, I've never had a reason to go in there, but
Just to look. I don't have any pets.
All right, you and Wayne go and have a look. After school.
We can all go after school, but right now we got to go to school.
They might say I'm half-witted again.
then that would be amazing and incredible that a pigeon talked to you.
Look, if the pigeons are rude to you, we can chase them away. They're pigeons.
All right,
Not like
We
they're
better get to school.
scary. It's just weird.
we've got like 10 minutes.
Okay,
How
we're
long
going.
have you heard voices for?
Oh my goodness, it's not. Okay, we're going to school now.
Soup.
Say you guys like you're crazy, both of you.
Is that
Talking
weird?
about pigeons talking.
Never said it was the pigeons. Said someone was talking, and then there was only pigeons there. You're the one drawing conclusions.
Do you think someone could be invisible?
Which is more like, I honestly don't know which is more likely to be a thing, invisible people or talking pigeons.
Invisible talking pigeons.
I think it's more likely someone was hiding. Or it echoed off the walls.
Okay, well, going to school now. Going to school, investigate after school. To school, right now. Alright. We're off to school.
Dillon's keeping his eyes open for sneaky pigeons, just in case. Oh, right. They called me a crow.
They called you a crow?
Yeah. Probably because I got black hair.
So wait, they said you're a crow and half-witted?
That's right.
That's weird.
Like, how would a bird even know that I'm half-witted?
I don't know.
They sound like they're half-witted. They think I'm a crow. Anyway. At this time, he pulls up outside as the bell just rings.
All right. And Lizzie will rush to her class.
This will Mark.
Okay, the day passes.
Can I spend 3 hours during the day doing some homework?
If you're
Can I
ditching
also do
class,
that?
I think he means in class, but not paying attention to the class to do homework.
Mm-hmm.
yep,
But the
there could
day
be a problem
passes.
associated to that later on. But yes.
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
All right. Okay, so how many questions have I done? 4
3.
already. So I only get... But I've completed 3 more questions. Oh, yeah, but... Wait. Yeah, but if I've completed them incorrectly, is that still complete?
Up to you.
So, because technically by now, he's done 7 questions out of the 20, if that makes sense. Okay. Well, he's managed to get some questions answered, at least, during the day. The 4th president of the United States was Abraham Lincoln.
This is on his agricultural history homework.
who later invented the plow.
He may have got that one wrong.
The plow is used extensively in avocado production. I do not know what avocados are because they weren't very... Actually, avocados were very... Even spinach, baby spinach, was not even a thing back then.
I mean, avocados were definitely a thing in the 80s. It was just where they were a thing, and we're pretty far south, so... All right, well, whenever school's done, Lizzie wants to go see these weird pigeons.
Just scouring the city for weird pigeons.
Well, no. Specifically going to the pet store, and then if nothing weird is there, then back to the spot where the first weird stuff was. And then maybe just look for pigeons around Boulder City, you could say.
Yo, you guys want to go where we saw them last time?
The pet store first, or the, alleyway first?
The alleyway first, and then we'll go over to the pet store.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Wherever
You're
you
coming?
think you saw talking pigeons, let's go.
Wayne looks very hesitant, but he gives in and comes.
No one said they saw talking pigeons.
Yep.
Right.
No, we just said that we heard voices, and there just happened to be pigeons there.
Uh-huh.
So why are
Right.
we even investigating it?
'Cause it's weird.
It could have been the military trialing out new invisible body-worn technology, refracting lens stuff.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to the alleyway, and Dillon will be walking his bike.
And as you're approaching the alley, you see a pigeon fly down into the alley. As you get closer, is that the smart one? What's her name? Mimi. Mimi? That sounds narcissistic. Like a peacock. But there's more of them. They're like a gaggle of turkeys.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like before.
Yep, Dillon's got his mouth open. He's like pointing.
Okay. That's weird. I'll give you that.
Do you still have the birdseed? Should we try and give them birdseed? I don't know what the point would
Gotta
be.
rub his chin like he's thinking, Wayne.
I don't know if I want to reward that kind of behavior, but I guess we could give them birdseed.
Dillon swings his backpack around, unzips it, takes the birdseed out and hands it to Lizzie.
I don't know. Should we just give it to them, or should we try and talk to them first?
You're the smart one, apparently? They might talk to you.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm a
what did you think?
peacock. Also, my name's not Mimi.
Why did they think that you're the smart one?
I don't know. Look.
Wayne will narrow his eyes and look at one of them in the eyes.
Okay, if I'm a peacock and he's a crow, what are these two? If we're handing out bird names.
They called them turkeys.
I thought we were all turkeys. I didn't really think that would work. Well, yeah. Before, but then they said it's like a gaggle. Anyway, she'll just take a little bit of birdseed and throw it on the ground.
As you're approaching, because you had a bit of a discussion before you got there. In here.
Yeah.
Oh, the crow's here? He's always entertaining.
See, I told you.
Yeah, I get it. You're a crow and the pigeons don't know my name.
Wayne will give a thumbs up to the pigeon.
To the pigeon?
They're growing.
I think you mean multiplying. They don't look any bigger.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Lizzie's gonna toss some birdseed on the ground.
And they sort of fly up a little and then come back down. Start having the seed.
My name's not Mimi, by the way. And I know you're not gonna say anything.
And I'm not half-witted. I'm full-witted.
And he bought the birdseed. So you could try being a little bit grateful.
Sounds like they don't understand us. Or at least don't care.
If they didn't understand us, then... No, that doesn't make any sense. Because if they didn't understand anything we do, they wouldn't think he was entertaining, they wouldn't think he was stupid, and they wouldn't have a discussion about what my name is.
Maybe we need to use their language. To-it-to-hoo. To-it-to-hoo.
That doesn't sound like a pigeon.
Oh. Toot-toot.
I didn't say they didn't understand anything we do. They could get that this guy is, entertaining and perhaps half-witted just by his actions.
If we can understand them, why wouldn't they understand us?
Maybe they're... I don't know. This whole thing is so weird.
Wayne is gonna lock eyes with one of the pigeons.
And it's eating and that. It's looking at you, but it's not, doing anything weird.
Maybe it's like a radio thing. My dad told me in the 60s, the CIA, they put a radio and a microphone and a bunch of wires and an antenna in a cat, and they thought they could control it and make it go be a spy, and they spent a lot of money, but then it got hit by a car right away, so it didn't really work out. That is a true story, by the way.
So these are spy pigeons.
I don't know, but maybe they've got, like, microphones or something?
Hello? Testing.
But that doesn't make any sense either, because anybody who is spying wouldn't care about if you're a crow and I'm a peacock or whatever.
Have you ever seen a microphone?
Well, yeah, there's big... But if you're... Like, the government has little ones and stuff. I just told you about the cat. They didn't just stick a massive microphone on a cat.
I guess.
I just said it doesn't make any sense. I'm just throwing things out here, okay?
Well, I don't see any microphones on them.
No, I don't think that's a thing either. I was just... Like I said, I'm throwing things out here. I don't have any idea. But there were 2 pigeons the first time, and then you said there were 3, and now there's 4.
Mm-hmm.
Mark walks over to the others. Give me some of the birdseed.
Okay. Lizzie will, like, pour some into his hand.
He's going to take a step closer and try and hand feed one of the pigeons.
Looking a bit skittish and skeptical when he's trying to hand feed it.
Why?
It gets closer, but it won't go all the way up.
Why do you want it to eat out of your hand?
Well, I was going to try and grab it.
Why?
Because it was talking, probably.
I thought you didn't even believe that.
I don't, but gotta use some scientific method here.
Leave the pigeons alone. Even if they're weird talking pigeons, don't go grabbing them. You're gonna hurt it.
I won't hurt it. Come here, little guy. I won't hurt you.
If they understand you, they already heard you say you want to grab them, so...
Hey, pigeons, I'm gonna grab you. Did they do anything?
Not get near you.
See, I don't think they can understand what we're saying.
And as Soup is doing that, Dillon will say, "Don't let Soup get you." Ah, they're listening to me.
They're watching, but they're feeding on the seeds, but they're watching.
I don't think you... Pigeons are fast. I don't think you could grab one anyway.
Yeah, and I don't think pigeons can talk, so...
Wayne will pull out his Walkman and make it play music to see if they react.
Play
I
music
think
to
some
the
of them
pigeons.
had, I don't know, maybe
The
they'd
pigeons
react.
are like, these weird people are saying all kinds of weird stuff at us, and now they're playing music.
They don't seem to react to the headphones.
I thought Walkman had speakers too. Just like some of them.
No. It's because it's possible doesn't mean you can do it. I've picked up birds before. Have you?
Yes, I'm aware. Although pigeons seem to be some very docile birds for the most part.
Like downtown pigeons are used to everyone, but in a smaller town, I don't know if they would be. Who can say? Okay, well, the pigeons are maybe talking, or maybe not, and maybe understand us, or maybe don't, but what do we even do about it?
I guess if there's more of them tomorrow, then we can worry.
If there's 5 tomorrow? Should we go check by the pet store too, just in case it's not the same ones? I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, well, goodbye, pigeons, I guess. Have a nice day. Hope we were entertaining enough.
See you dudes tomorrow.
Mark will throw the rest of the birdseed on the ground.
I mean, if the pigeons were there, then I don't think there'll be more at the pet shop, but just in case it's... Don't know. Multiple groups of talking pigeons would be even weirder.
As you're walking away, you hear, "Did you hear the sound the crow made? What was that? He really isn't very smart. Maybe you should have spoken slower and louder to him."
What? Dillon stops.
Wayne will walk back slowly, maybe to try to sneak up on the pigeons.
Why would they only talk if nobody's looking at them? Because they know if... They would know we know it's them, so why does it matter if we're looking at them or not?
Is there
Right.
anyone looking over on the roof or anything like that? What's going on?
Oh.
Hey, Pidgey.
Hang on.
Like pull them back behind the wall to
Wait,
see if they
wait,
talk
wait.
again.
No. It might not be them. And Lizzie's pointing up. And there are 2 crows on a phone line looking down.
I think it's the crows now?
Well, actually, I don't know, because if whoever it was said that Dillon was a crow, but the crows have said that?
Wouldn't you have heard their voice coming from their direction?
Okay, fine. Well, it was the pigeons talking, but they're looking at us, so...
I think you're just paranoid.
Wayne will once again narrow his eyes and stare directly at it.
At the crows?
Yep.
Lizzie's looking up at the crows. Well, hi, just in case you talk and or understand humans. I don't know at this point. Apparently he has a crow, too. You should get along.
They're looking at you.
And everyone stares at some crows in silence.
Let's all, hide somewhere and see if they start talking again.
You do realize they can hear you.
Yeah, if...
Wayne will bring out his notebook and start sketching a picture of the crows.
Well, I guess we could, just walk a bit away and then see. I don't know.
All right, I'm done with this. And Dillon turns his bike around and starts walking away.
So they're in like an alleyway on one side of a building. Can you get like around the other side of the building and circle back, or no?
You could go to the other end of the alley and come up, but not the building. They're all the buildings are connected in a row.
Okay. Well, I guess Lizzie will...
Let's try and sneak around and see if we can catch them talking.
Sneak around where?
Just around the side of the building.
You'd have to go all the way around the whole block and come up the other side of the alley.
Let's just go out of their sight. and see if they start talking again.
Wayne's still sketching. We'll walk behind a corner. Out of their sight.
Yeah, I guess we'll all walk out of sight of the crows and pigeons.
Done with these birds. Done.
And you see the pigeons take off.
Oh, well, that's not gonna work. They're gone.
So they were done with us too.
We could still go by the pet store, see if there's any there.
Is there a reason to? I think you... Well, I guess you haven't really proved your point yet, but...
I don't know. Is there a reason? I have no idea.
there are definitely weird things going on.
Yeah.
Pet.
Sorry, what did Dillon yell?
He yelled out something.
Okay. All right, I see. What's he saying?
I don't know. Should probably catch up with him, but I kind of want to have one last look down the alleyway and just see if there's like a microphone or...
They're gone.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I want to go to the pet store, right? Lizzie's walking off in the direction of the pet store.
Mark walks back to the alleyway and goes to where the pigeons were. Is there still seed on the ground?
A little.
Wayne will follow Lizzie.
Is there anything suspicious that I can find that may have been left behind?
No. You look around like a proper look, but nothing steps out as being, suspicious or unusual.
Okay. Right, then he'll turn around after about 5 minutes and run to catch up with the others. Unless we have bikes, I can't remember.
Them?
I have a bike.
Pigeons have bikes?
No, run to catch up with Lizzie and
Is that
Wayne.
something I just
Yeah.
see when he goes into the alley, or... So they're just staring at the alley still?
The two crows turn together, and they're definitely paying attention to you. More so than them feeling curious. And then after a while, they go back to watching the alley.
Alright, then when Mark catches up, the crows were watching whatever you were doing in the alleyway.
I mean, they're not doing anything weird. Just watching me is...
Well, they looked at us. They looked at us when we started to walk away, and then they turned back and stared at you.
Okay. They're probably just like attracted to movement or something.
I'm just saying, if something's up with the pigeons, there could be something up with the crows. Don't act like it's a crazy thing to suggest when there's talking pigeons.
I don't think we should jump to conclusions either. I couldn't find anything in the alleyway that would lead me to believe that it was a prank. Still possible, though.
And have we managed to catch up to Dillon, or has he gone somewhere else entirely?
Oh, Dillon's at the pet shop. I'll look up. Was it coming from the same area as before?
There's about 4 on the ground feeding and 2 sitting on the edge of the building.
Oi. Hey. Oi. I know you're talking about me. I am fully witted, thank you.
When we show
Holy-
up, this is what Dillon's doing. More birds are doing what?
I have to say, I haven't ruled out Dillon's sanity being the cause or lack of.
You heard it too.
Yeah, but I didn't start talking to myself either.
I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to those 2 geezers up there.
What did they say?
Well, they said I was smart. Well, I wanted to believe them, but I think they said it in a very not nice way.
They said you were smart in a not nice way.
Yeah, I know,
What did
right?
they say? What did
How
they say
rude.
exactly?
I don't know. Something like, oh, the smart one again.
But you don't think they were serious?
Look at them.
And
I
it's
think
pigeons up there?
they're looking shady, awfully shady up there. Sitting up there on their high horse.
Wayne will once again stare directly at them.
Well, I mean, they might like you because you bought the bird seed if those are the same ones from the other bit.
What are the chances of that, though? There must be
I don't
thousands
know.
of pigeons in Boulder.
I can't say. I've never counted.
Hello? You guys going to say something? Hello? And Dillon's waving at the pigeons.
We'll give you more birdseed if you do. We've got birdseed. I got one
Ooh.
success.
And the two pigeons that are up on the thing, they don't say anything, but they do, like, lean over and start sort of going like...
We've got a bunch of birdseed. And if you'll say something, you can have it. And we won't let Mark grab you.
Unless you want me to.
I don't think they want you to.
Coo! Coo!
It's like a pigeon trying to sound like a person. Hey, no. Nice try, but could you go back to the insulting or whatever you were doing just to prove to him that no one's insane? I don't know. We got lots of birdseed. Just call him half-witted again or something.
Damn it.
Half-witted?
I didn't say you were. But if they like saying it, maybe they'll say it again.
Alright, come on, let me have it. Call me a half-wit.
Give me a charm roll.
No success. My God, Sebedius, what the... I am going to
Change
luck
push
dice
point?
that
roll.
roll. I'm going to
Okay.
push that roll.
You want to push it or use a luck point?
I'm going to push it. Oh, I got a success. Look, come on. Just tell me, please, that I'm half-witted. My God. Come on, guys. You know you want to. Please.
Dillon, it's okay. I'm getting confused.
Wayne will pat him on the back.
I don't think it's okay.
You know it's true.
Wayne will look at Mark like glaring eyes like, stop. He's having a mental breakdown over pigeons. Now is not the time.
That would be very worrying to see.
anyone inside the pet store is like,
He's like down on his knees just going, hey, why'd you tell me I'm half-witted? And he's pleading and begging. He's got his fists up in the air.
Doesn't he get excited?
Tears streaming down his face. And he's like, wide-eyed. He's like, I knew it.
see, was that so hard?
You really should talk to an owl.
To an owl?
Because that boy needs therapy.
That's what I'm saying.
But he's supposed to
Wait.
get it from an owl?
They're very wise. And they're a hoot.
Alright, well, promised you some bird seed, so Lizzie, who still had the box, is going to pour a bunch onto the ground.
Dillon's just quietly, sobbingly,
Dillon, it's okay.
but it's a happy
Wayne will pat him
sob.
on the back again.
It's
It's a
like,
happy song.
yes. I knew it all along.
And one lands and starts eating. He's like, fool thinks he can talk to birds.
I mean, he can, can't he? Only got one success. Okay, so remember when I said all the stuff about the cat and then I said that it probably didn't apply? This pigeon has stitch marks on the back of its neck.
So the microphone is inside of the pigeon?
I don't know anything about that. Excuse me, I don't know if you want to introduce yourself. I wouldn't have to call you Pigeon. Why are you talking?
And it just looks at you and flies away.
Alright, worth a shot. It looked like someone cut the back of the pigeon's neck and then sewed it back up.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does?
Well, it makes more sense than pigeons suddenly being able to talk, now doesn't it?
I mean, regardless of the reason, it does seem like pigeons are suddenly able to talk.
Wayne will start looking up towards something.
'Cause here's the two options, really, based on how they're talking. Either someone's done something to the pigeons that has allowed them to speak, but it's still pigeons talking, or somebody's put microphone or something in the pigeons and it's somebody talking, but they're putting a lot of effort into pretending to being pigeons.
It gets the second one. That makes a lot more
Why
sense to my
No,
brain.
why does it make any sense for someone to put in a lot of effort to pretend to be a pigeon, to talk about, like, liking bird seed and talking to owls? Why would anybody do that?
Why would anyone do anything? Look, I don't know
Usually
why.
because they can get something out of it, and I don't see what anybody gets out of making it sound like a pigeon is talking and it is still a pigeon.
Maybe just to mess with kids.
And what's the point of that?
That'd be military.
Wayne will take out his sketchbook or notebook, whatever, write down a message and show it to Lizzie or whoever's closest. And it says, "There are crows watching us." As he points to them.
So, I mean, if the military did something to the birds, do you think they put like cameras in the crows or something?
Exactly. The pigeons have some sort of speech thing in them. The crows are the cameras.
Okay, but again, if it was people, if it's people talking through the pigeons or whatever, either they'd have to be able to control the pigeons, or they're just okay with pigeons going around doing whatever pigeons do and they just talk through them sometimes. That doesn't really sound like a thing.
I don't know why, but I think that's right.
I don't think it's people. I think it's just the pigeons.
Then why would it have a stitch in its back?
No, someone did something to it. For sure, but maybe they got out of some experiment thing. I don't know. If you're doing that kind of thing with animals, you can't keep track of them all, just like the cat that got run over.
They lose track of the cat? Is that what happened?
No, it was supposed to do a mission, and it was on the very first thing it was supposed to go do, it just ran out in the road and got hit by a car.
I think that just means cats don't make very good spies.
Okay, fine. I don't know if this is the government doing whatever or what, but I do know that I'm going to go to the library and read about birds, and specifically, what is normal behavior for birds? Not talking. That's not going to be in there. Okay.
I like the library.
School or public? It's not 7 yet, so either works.
I like the school library, but it doesn't matter to me.
School library it is. How about you two?
And Dillon sniffs. All this talk about birds, it's making me hungry. I'm going to go home and have a chicken dinner.
You want to eat birds after you found out they're intelligent?
You don't think they are. You think it's someone talking through them.
I'm messing with him.
Well, don't. He was just upset.
Where are you guys going?
School library.
Boring. All right, nerds. I'll catch you tomorrow.
All right. What do you want to do, Wayne?
He shrugs, still looking at those crows.
As the kids head to the library.
Living on the far side of town, sharing a dream with anyone. She's made it through heaven
because I am grabbing every book I can find about birds and bringing them to a table.
3, 6, 10 questions. I'm already half done.
I got a 6.
Oh,
Two
2
success.
success. Well, that's a lot funner to read than the generic roll.
I would hope you look at birds, but I just realized I have to do homework.
I mean, so do I, but... There's talking birds! Okay, fine. Tales from the Loop is produced by Free League, starring SPG as Wayne, RavenInsane as Dillon, Shadow as Mark, Emily as Lizzie, and Ghost as the Storyteller. Sound and music by Sirenscape and Epidemic. This has been a Crit Fail production. Thanks for listening.